So some of the telltale signs that your child has got a weakness in the orofacial development area would be things like the mouth posture. Does your child at rest have their mouth open? When they're playing, are they having their mouth open? Because sometimes when you actively look at a child, they do actively breathe through the nose, but then when you find they're playing, their jaw's dropping open. Are they breathing through their mouth at night? When they're asleep, can you hear them snoring? Or can you see that they're breathing through their mouth? They should be breathing through their nose at night, overnight, to get good oxygenation of the brain. If you have a child who wakes up grumpy or doesn't sleep well, thrashes around all night, unhappy, we should wake up bright and well rested. If your child's not, chances are they're not getting good oxygenation overnight, not getting good oxygen to their brain. So sometimes that can be happening because they're breathing through their mouth. So these are one of the things you can look at and observe in your child. Are they breathing through their nose? A lot of the time with mouth breathing, it is because the mouth, the muscles that surround the mouth aren't strong enough to hold the lips together, especially in a young aged child. The strength of the oral facial area was traditionally developed through the action of chewing. Well, it started with breastfeeding actually. It goes right back to the very early practices of breastfeeding, and then as the child is weaned off the breast, that they then are weaned onto hard, tough foods that actually require effort. This activates a lot of the neurology, the brain messaging to the lower part of the face for development. So when we are spoon feeding our child purees and giving them a lot of soft food, we're actually not helping their brain to help develop that jaw as well as it should be. So sometimes this has been the practice that has been what we've been led to be feeling is the right thing to do. Jars of baby food or pureeing pumpkin and sweet potato, all the things pureed for the first 6 months of the child's life. I know that's what I did when I first had my children feeding, when that was 17, 18 years ago. I now know I would do it very differently. As their first foods, we need to start looking at things that are going to challenge the jaw and start to some effort involved. And this is where the Myo Munchie is incredibly helpful. So from the age of about 18 months to 2 years, you can start your child chewing a myo, and this can help them reactivate some of those muscle groups that haven't been exercised and haven't been used before now. So the whole idea of getting them to chew hard food is something they're not used to and they probably won't be keen on. So if we can get them chewing a myo and exercise those muscles and the bones of the jaw, get the jaw working well again, and then introduce some of these strong foods to keep exercise happening on a daily basis. This will help them to develop good structure, and the muscles and the bones will grow strong and the lips will seal together. So then they'll hold together, they'll have the strength, the natural strength to be held together overnight. So the nose, which is the mechanism for breathing that we were born to use. And when the nose is being used more effectively, the brain is getting the oxygen it's required, the body is developing well, and we're not getting the over breathing that we will tend to get with mouth breathing and the other complications that come with that.